Okay, let's start today's lesson. Alright, let's get some recall for the chapter 7.1. Alright, equation of circle. Alright, remember the most important part to in this chapter is to find out the center. Alright, we use HK to denote the center and the radius. We use R to denote the radius. Alright, then the standard form should be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals to r squared. And then the general form x squared plus y squared plus dx plus dy plus f equal to 0. Alright, remember the first two terms must be x squared plus y squared. That means the coefficient must be 1. And then the center of this general form will be negative d over 2 and negative d over 2, while the radius should be h squared plus k squared minus f, and then take the square root. Okay, so now let's start the chapter 7.2, more about equation of circle. Alright, in this chapter we are still need to find the equation of circle. Therefore, we need to find the location of center as well as the radius. Alright, let's see the example of 7.8. Alright, part A asks you to find the equation of circle if A, B are the points on the circle, and then the center lies on the x-axis. If the center lies on the x-axis, that means the y-coordinate of the center will be 0. Then you may let x0 to be the center of the circle. Alright, therefore, in this question, you let x0 to be the center of the circle. Alright, by using the radius is always equal. You may set up the equation here. Alright, AC equals to BC. Alright, by using distance formula. Alright, let's get recall for distance formula, which should be the difference of x coordinate square and then plus the difference of y coordinate square, and then take the square root with the distance formula. Alright, this is the distance formula. Alright, and then removing the bracket. Remember, when you're removing the bracket, you need the identity a plus b squared will be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Alright, how about a minus b squared will be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And then on simplify, you will get c equals to 4. That means the coordinate of the center is 4, 0. Once you have the coordinate of center, then the radius can be found by either CB or CA. You will get the same result. Let's say if I want to find CA, which should be 4 minus negative 2 square plus 0 minus negative 2 square, you will still get the same result with 40. Alright, then the equation of circle, you should use the standard form instead of general form. Right? The standard form states that the equation of circle will be x minus 4 square plus y minus 0 square, that is y square, and then equals to root 40 square, that is 40. Alright, part B, determine whether the point lie on inside or outside the circle. Alright, before we do this question, you should look at the next page. Alright, how can we determine the location of a point, or whether it is lie inside, outside, or on the circle? We should check the distance. Right? The distance between the center and the point, that should be CP. Compare with the radius. If the distance between the point and the center is larger than the radius, then we will say the point P lie outside the circle. If the distance between the point and the center equals to the radius, we will say lies on the circle. Of course, if the distance between a point and the center is less than the radius, we will say the point lie inside the circle. Alright, under this definition, you can check the location of point P 3 and 5. Alright, then you need to find the distance between the center C and the point P, using the distance formula, which is root 26. I compare with the radius would 40. Of course, would 26 less than would 40. Therefore, you may say point P lie inside the circle. Alright, the reason is the distance between C and P less than the radius. Then the point lie inside the circle. Remember, you must do the comparison. Alright, it's very important to compare the distance between the point and the center and the radius. Alright, now let's see the practice 7.8. Just like the previous lesson, you may pause the video and then finish 7.8. Also, I will do the question right now. Alright, each circle passes through the point P and Q and its center lies on the y-axis. Therefore, you may let the center be 0, y. Alright, lie on the y-axis. Therefore, the x-coordinate is 0. Alright, remember P and Q is any points on the circle. Therefore, P and Q may not be the diameter of the circle. Alright, therefore, what you need to do is to set up the equation. Alright, for P is 4, 2. Alright, P is 4, 2, and then Q is -6, -2. Alright, and then the center C is 0, y. Alright, you may set up the equation CP equal to CQ. Alright, by distance formula. Alright, 4 minus 0 square plus 2 minus y square equals to CQ, that should be -6 minus 0 square plus -2 minus y square. Alright, take square on both sides, and then the first term 16. 4 minus 4y plus y square, and then for this one will be 36, and then plus 4 plus 4y plus y square. Alright, for the term here, you may say -2 minus y square will be -2 plus y whole square. That should be 2 plus y square. Therefore, you will get 4 plus 4y plus y square. Alright, now you may find the answer. Y square can be eliminated. The right hand side, xy, 40. This is 40. This is 20. Therefore, -20. Then you will get y equals to -5/4. Oh, sorry, it's not -5/4. That should be -5/2. Okay, now we have the center. Now we have the center. The center should be -0, -5/2. Now what we need to find is the radius of the circle. Or you may either choose CP or CQ. Or in this case, I may choose the radius to be CP. Alright, under the definition, 4 minus 0 square plus 2 minus -5/2 square, and then take the square root, which is here was 16 plus 5, 81/4. 145/4. Take the square root. Right? You may leave the radius as a square root term, because if you want to find the equation of circle, the right hand side will be r square. Therefore, the right hand side should be 145/4. Alright, the equation of circle. Alright, by using standard form, x minus 0 square, that should be x square. And then y minus -5/2, that should be y plus 5/2 square, equals to the right hand side will be r square, that should be 145/4. Alright, that will be the equation of circle. Alright, and then for part B asks you to determine the point R, 6 and 1 lies on inside or outside the circle. Therefore, what you need to do is to check the distance between C and R. Alright, by distance formula. Alright, the point R is 6, 1, and then C, I've already found C in part A, then by distance formula, that should be 0 minus 6 squared plus -5/2 minus 1 squared. For these ones, that should be 36 plus 49/4. Okay, peace. Okay, what 193/4. Alright, and then you may use your calculator or to check the value of would 193/4 will be larger than 145/4. Alright, make sure you have done the comparison. Therefore, you may conclude R lies outside this circle. Okay, so you have to make sure you understand how to locate the position of any point compared with the circle. Alright, let's see example 7.9. Alright, example 7.9. In the figure, the straight line x equals to 2, or this is the vertical line here, x equals to 2, and then x equals to 8, another vertical line, and then y equals to 4, a horizontal line, touch the circle. Alright, the word touch means there is only one intersection point. Alright, if there is only one intersection point between a line and a circle, that means these three lines are the tangent to the circle. Alright, part A asks you to find the radius of the circle. Alright, since x equals to 2, x equals to 8, y equals to 4 are the tangent to the circle. By the property of tangent, we know that the tangent will perpendicular to the radius. Therefore, PQ will be the diameter of the circle. PQ, the length of PQ is 8 minus 2 equals to 4. Sorry, it should not be 4, it should be 6. Alright, therefore the diameter equals to 6, then the radius will be 6/2 equals to 3. Alright, then we have the length of the radius. What we need to find is the coordinate of center. Maybe I let the coordinate of center be HK. Then we know that the coordinate of P will be 2K, coordinate of Q is 8K, and then coordinate of R is H and 4. Alright, since the center will be the midpoint of P and Q, then we can set up the equation 2 plus 8 over 2 will be H. Therefore, H will be 5. Alright, if H will be 5, I may write 5 here. Then we know that the radius is 3, then K will be 4 minus 3 equals to 1. Therefore, the center is 5, 1 with the radius 3. By standard form, the equation of circle x minus 5 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals to 3 squared, which is 9. Alright, now quick practice 7.9. Alright, in the figure, the circle touch the x-axis. That means x-axis will be the tangent. Alright, another straight line x equal to 5 is also a tangent. I find the equation of circle. Alright, maybe I let HK to be the center of the circle. Alright, since A is x-axis is the tangent to the circle. Therefore, by tangent perpendicular radius, we know that h equals to 9. Alright, on the other hand, maybe I let the contact points be 5 and k here. Alright, and then the distance, the distance here will be the radius, which is 9 minus 5 equals to 4. Alright, if the radius equals to 4, then k will be 0 plus 4, which is 4. Therefore, we have the center 9 and 4 square and the radius is 4. Then the equation of circle x minus 9 square plus y minus 4 square equals to 4 square. 4 square will be 16. Okay, now let's see the example 7.10. Okay, in this figure, we know that the circle intercept or cut the y-axis at the point A and B. Center lies on the straight line 2x minus y minus 3 equal to 0. Radius is 10. And then AB is 12. Find the equation of circle. Since the radius has been given to you, then what you need to do is to find the coordinate of center. Maybe I let H and K to be the coordinate of center. You should use the property of circle, right? Line from center to midpoint of chords, perpendicular chords. Right? Therefore, the length here will be 6. Right? The length is R. Right? The radius is 10. By Pythagoras theorem, right? The length here is 8. Right? 10 square minus 6 square, and then take the square root. Therefore, we have H will be 8. Right? Since C lies on the straight line 2x minus y minus 3, then you may sub 8 and k into L, which is 16 minus k minus 3 equal to 0. Therefore, k equals to 13, which means the center is 8 and 13, and the radius is 10. Then by standard form, x minus 8 squared plus y minus 13 squared equals to 10 squared, which is 100. Right, this will be the equation of circle. Alright, and then find the coordinate of A and B. Alright, we know that the x coordinate of A and B will be 0, and A and B lies on the circle. Therefore, I may substitute x equals to 0 into the equation, alright, which is 64. Alright, y minus 13 squared equals to 36. Y minus 13 equals to 6 or negative 6. Then y equals to 19 or 7. Alright. Based on the location of A and B, we know that A should be 0, 7. B will be 0, 19, because the y coordinate of A will be less than the y coordinate of B. Alright, now you may finish the quick practice 7.10. Okay, quick practice 7.10. Alright, the radius is 17 and AB is 16. Then, using the similar technique, I may draw the straight line from the center to the midpoint of chord AB, which is perpendicular to chord AB. AC will be the radius of the circle, it should be 17. And then I may let M to be the midpoint of AB, which is 8. Then by Pythagoras theorem, MC will be root 17 squared minus x squared, which is 15. If MC is 15, then we know that the K, K will be 15, because MC equals to 15, then K equals to 15. How about H? You should substitute H and 15 into the line L. H plus 30 minus 50 equal to 0. Then H equals to 20. Now we have the center 20, 15, and the radius 17. Therefore, the equation of circle x minus 20 squared plus y minus 15 squared equals to 17 squared. 17 squared should be 289. Now find the coordinate of A and B. Since A and B lies on the circle and then the y coordinate of A and B is 0. Therefore, I may substitute y equal to 0 into the equation of circle. Alright, substitute y equal to 0, then the first one x minus 20 squared plus 15 squared, negative 15 squared, 225, 289. X minus 20 squared will be 289 minus 225, and then take the square root. This should be 64. X minus 20 equals to 8 or negative 8. Therefore, x equals to 28 or 12. Alright, since the x coordinate of A will be less than the x coordinate of B, therefore A should be 12, 0, while B should be 20x, 0. Alright, that's the end of today's lesson. Alright, for the homework, you should do exercise 7b, question 4, question 8, question 9, and question 11. Alright, please finish the homework and then hand it through e-class, the assessment in e-class. Alright, let's see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.